Hey friends, it's me, the Ebony Otaku, the well-rounded nerd. I've got my camera swiveling because I need it today. I'm gonna back it up. Let's back it up if I can. Oh, back it up. Yeah, it's literally sitting in my office chair. Oh, the work day has ended. Woo! And it is T-minus, I think, 14 days until Adepticon when I'm recording this. So I've got some after work projects that I've got to get done to be prepared. So if you recall, I have this really cool carrying case that I love so much from a designer called Munford's Makings. I'm sitting on the floor, so picking up a big wooden box from the floor is stupid. But yeah, my custom big pink carry case. I love it so much. But this is for local. Like if we're going in the car, this is fine. Going on a plane, no, it's not gonna work. This is my goofy dice bag. Blame my husband. I didn't do this. He did. He just came home one day and was like, look, it's an Easter basket that he got at Costco. He was like, you would like this. And I was like, you're not wrong. Now it's my dice bag. But I got to thinking, how am I going to transport my figures? Because I am sending my Titan with a friend who's driving. I could send my whole army that way. But I'm paranoid. Oh, she's paranoid. Mm-mm. Now I'm sitting here from this angle. I need to do some cable management under my desk. A lot of cords back there. Anywho, so if you recall, where is it? Oh, way over here, of course. Come on. I bought this. And it has another piece to it, but that piece is in the closet because I'm not using it. I was going to use it to transport the Titan, but if you know how airlines work, you get one carry-on, one personal item. My personal item is my backpack purse. But this is pretty big, so this is a makeup case. It is not designed for carrying figures. But what I love about it is it does come with another detachable case up top, but these are rigid, nice little pockets here. It's got a nice big open top space. And then I'll unzip the front for you. This is the most awkward filming I've ever done because this is the best place I can think to do it. But it's got these built-in plastic trays. They're the perfect height for minis. And like this whole thing will actually pop out as one. So here's my idea. I'm going to turn this into my carrier for the rest of my army that's not going with our friends who are driving up there. So these little plastic trays where I'm starting. I started doing stuff for Adepticon. Like this has to go in my check bag, obviously, because it's like tools. So if like there's a repair that's needed or something, boom, got it. I'm going to have another baggie that I put adhesives in. We come prepared. But here's the stuff that I got. Some of this is actually for a project in my son's room, so we don't care about that. Not that. Yeah, this is going to be the adhesives baggie. Nope, that's for his room. That's for his room. Okay, here we go. Washers. And there we go. Here's what I want. Metal plates. So, yeah, they're heavy. I'm strong. It's fine. The thing's on wheels. I only have to pick it up once in a while. The figures don't weigh that much. It's the container. So, here's my idea. These, I need to be able to hold my figures without them going awry. I've got two ways I can do that. I can use pluck foam and stick them in individually. Have a big army. Or I can tape this down with some double-sided adhesive. And I've got a couple of different sizes to play with here. You know, will that fit perfectly? That one doesn't fit perfectly. But I can tape down metal strips in here for my figures to stand up and then put pluck foam in between them. I'm going to try both to see which one will work best. And we have a whole bunch of 3M out there doing the Lord's work, I swear. 3M out here keeping all of us straight with the adhesives that we need. Did I get scissors? I don't know if I got scissors. I think I can rip it. Okay, so this is that good 3M mount clear tape. It can be used for 1 pound. Let's see here. To hold 1 pound, use 4 inches. To hold 15 pounds, I'm sorry, that's not inch. To hold 15 pounds, use 60. What? I'm not holding a pound even. So these don't weigh that much. So these are magnetic. They are material that I can magnetize. So I'm going to put the adhesive on the back. Stay with me. In my head, this is brilliant. Might be the dumbest thing I've ever done. I need a cutting implement. And I don't feel like getting up. Okay, I'm going to have to get up. Turn. I'm wearing a dress, so y'all can't watch me get up. Why didn't I grab my knife? Is she going to edit this out? Nope. That's more work than I'm willing to do. See, that was easy. The knife. All right, so I'll cut this. I'm not going to show you how I'm cutting because I'm not doing it safely. Let's see. Actually, duh, you can stick one metal plate on top of another and pull it across. Don't be dumb. Okay, there we go. I got a nice view of my collection over there. Okay, so I've got 2 bits of 3M cut here. So press those in really good. I'm going to take off the backing on the other side. This is either brilliant or stupid. I don't know which. If I can get the backing off. I do plan to get my nails done for Adepticon. I haven't got my nails done professionally in a long time, so I think before we leave, I'm going to go to the salon. Well, okay, my brilliant plan right now is not being brilliant. I'm obviously not up for the challenge that I set myself. Come on, I can't get the double side off. This is going to be such a chaotic video. I want this one to go out before Adepticon because I think it kind of makes more sense. I record pretty far in advance on my channel because of work and stuff. So when I have free time after work, or on the weekends, that's typically when I record. Not typically, that is when I record. Or on break. I've given y'all my lunch hour more than once. But, you know, for something like this where it's a project, I thought I'd share my process in case it gave ideas. Okay, got it off of that one. I have to think through how to get the paper off, the plastic backing. I thought this was going to be so much easier. The best laid plans of Mice and Me. Have you read of Mice and Men? It's quite the book. Like, really read it. Not just like, oh, it was part of our English class. No, like, go back and reread that book. Lenny. Poor Lenny. Anywho. Alright, so, double-sided. Let me stick it in here. Dead center. Press, press, press. Okay, let's see if my brilliant idea is brilliant. And the reason I'm doing this is because this adhesive is actually removable. So once I'm done with it being this, what I've been using it for is my portable paint station. Because we subscribe to the Alton Brown theory. We don't do single use. So, okay, it's not coming out. I'm going to put the blueberries in first. So I decided to give it a job. Oh, it's magnetized. Until I needed it for what I really bought it for. And it'll go back to being my paint caddy. I put my paints back in the toolbox for now. Okay. Alright, well, all the blueberries fit. My concern are the guys that are like standard bearers and box holders. I might have to lay them down. But that, again, is what pluck foam will help me with. Like this dude. I should show you my guys as I put them in here, shouldn't I? Yes. Okay, so these are the blueberries. These are my frozen blueberries. The canon for these, the head canon that I've written for them, is they are ultramarines that got lost in the warp chasing some of the Emperor's children, and then they got Slaneshified while they were in there. Because, you know, once they're gone for 30 days, they're gone. So, one of my magnets isn't magneting. Now, granted, these were only like 30 cents a piece, so it's not like I spent a lot of money. That's why I'm trying 2 ways. So, It holds some, not all. So that's too precarious. Here's my other option. Let's grab another tray out the box. And let's go full pluck foam. All right, so we'll try that with, I have a pluck foam I've already plucked a little bit. So this is pluck foam. The reason it's called pluck foam is because, well, you pluck it to make it what the size you need. It's actually quite handy. Adds a nice soft layer, and you can make it exactly the size and width that you need for what you're transporting. So let me do some plucking here. I think the pluck foam is going to be the way to go, because I can actually give kind of a lid to everything too. But I can make all the sides soft, so I don't have to worry about figures getting jostled too much. Why don't you just send that with your other friends who are driving? Look, I need some modicum of control, okay? That's why. Make me say it out loud. So I wouldn't know unless I tried. It was worth a try with the metal sheets. I thought I was onto something. I'll use them for something else, though. Scenery. But my guts kind of told me the pluck foam was going to be it. But, you know, I had to charge ahead with what I wanted to do. All right, so I'm going to test this with the Pink Party Boys. The Pink Party Boys, if you don't know, they are my just regular, degular Fulgrim. Where's the camera? There it is. Fulgrim's Foot Soldiers. Let's get these Pink Party Boys in there. I'd like to get them in the order that they stack. Yes, they have a stacking order. I'll put the ones that are just in water in here. I have 2 units of these guys. Let's see. He goes in the front right. The way that I know where they go, okay, this is so dumb. When you look at them from the top down, the way that I know where they go is they are painted as if they're traipsing through a river. So like this guy goes on the outer left side because that's where the bank is. So he's right behind the guy in the front whose bank starts trailing off to the left. And then everyone after that will have on that side, they all will have right-sided water embankment. And then in the middle, they just have water surrounding them because they're in the creek. At least that's my headcanon. But now I'm having to look at each of these figures and see. Okay, so see, he's on the right. He goes on a different side. There we go. So this is the Vexilla for them. So he goes in with this group. 2 sets of 10, you know, a sergeant, your Vexilla and all that. So just standard troops. I'm bringing the blueberries in case I end up rolling a scenario that requires me to need more scoring units. So they will be my allied attachment. You can't have chaos blueberries. I surely can. Watch me. Watch me whip and watch me nay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so then for the back of the river, the people are coming out of the river. You guess what I did? I'm trying to find one. Here's one. Is this the back? No, he goes on the other side. Okay, this is what happens when you theme your stuff. You make it easier and harder on yourself. Just remember that, children. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's one more that's got a left side here. There he is. All right. Boom. Last left sider. Aren't they great? So I'll put him here. All right. So then going across the front here, there should be another front guy. Yep. Legion Standard Bearer. You got to have your Standard Bearer. He bears the standard. He's the one I'm probably going to have to lay down. Yep. Standard Bearer has a hat, and we don't want that hat to get broken. Okay. So now I have guys who are just dead up in the water. So Waterman, 2, 3, you just water 4, and 5. So that's 10 of them. Okay, so I've got these guys. I'm going to angle the camera a little bit. There we go. So got these guys all nice and packed in there. Are you just going to leave it that way? No, we're going to put pluck foam in the middle. We are plucking this foam. I'm using every bit of it. So I'm going to put a thing of pluck foam down the middle. Let's use the right consonants with the right vowels. Ooh. This is an unflattering position. All right, so I'm going to turn the guns out, and there we go. Put this right down center. I'm going to show you what I'm doing here in just a second. I didn't know where to film this because I didn't really have space to do it in my husband's office. I really needed floor space for this, and I decided it would be a video. So check that out. Now, what about the top? I'm so glad you asked. These come out at the individual size. So I'm just going to do a line of them down the middle in each one to protect the top. So I've got some foam that had been plucked previously for something else. Pluck, pluck, pluck. Okay. Nothing can hurt it. I might do one more pluck here for Mr. Vexilla. Actually, let's lay the Vexilla down like we did the because that is his little nib is just sticking out of the top, and that worries me. So we're gonna lay the Vexilla down the way we did the standard bearer, even though it puts him in the wrong position in the box. It's a big deal. We don't want the wrong positions in the box. All right, Vexilla is down. He's now in front of his captain instead of behind. I'll let it slide this time. We do adhere to protocol in the Emperor's Children. We stand on protocol. It's crazy how they still stand on protocol after falling to chaos. It's like, really? You really still want to be a captain? Okay. There we go. Now, here's the test, because this is going to get jostled around. So this goes into, I'm going to pull out the whole tray. This will now slide into here. So there's a firm top here, and I've lined it with foam. So in theory, this is not shaking. So if I stick this in here like this, they should be goodly protected. I gotta shake it. It's gonna go, places. Totally okay. By Joe, I think I got some other pluck foam in here. That's for bigger figures. So let's do the other unit. So not a bad idea, right? The other thing I have to consider, of course, are my vehicles. My Titan, of course, is being transported, escorted personally, by our Aeronautica Imperialis friends, who also some of them are 30K friends, who are also one-page rules friends. The fandoms crossover. All right, don't limit yourself. My husband is in there printing stuff for another game right now. We get off work and get to printing. It's a great life. All right, so I got a plan now. She's got a plan. So I know to go ahead and lay the Vexilla and the standard bearer down because they have a little point up. Yep. All right. They go up front anyway, so it's not that big a deal. I have a couple of builds in here that I think are technically considered illegal as far as the rules go. Well, I was an amateur when I built them. I'm still an amateur. But I appreciate the guys being willing to transport some of my figures. This is going to be a good learning curve for me. I mean, I'm taking a risk here. I know I'm taking a risk. Is this? I don't know whose gun this is. Look at that. Somebody done lost a saber. Don't care. It's going in here. Oh, it's yours. You know what? Well, you don't get to stabify. If I'll get it back on there, he's not stabifying because from what I understand, Adepticon is WYSIWYG. WYSIWYG, I've come to learn, means what you see is what you get. The first time somebody said that to me, I said, Gesundheit? Look, y'all, don't speak in acronyms. You might know what the acronym means. Although, having been in learning and development for a very long time, I have learned to do better. I will never claim sinless perfection in that arena, but I've learned to be better about not speaking in language that makes sense to me, but not to who I'm talking to. Like, of course it makes sense to me. I came up with this ridiculousness, or I've studied it for X amount of years or whatever. Just remember that when you're trying to explain stuff to people and they look at you, with that big blank stare that says, what are you talking about? Because it made sense to you. They're going to make sense to them. So plucking foam, I know this is the most exciting video I've ever done. But I don't think you understand how excited I am that I found a way to protect my figures completely and keep them with me. So there we go. I can't be the only one. It's a makeup case, y'all. A makeup case. I got it on the Amazonia. And I'll leave a link to it. It's not an affiliate link. I'm not getting paid for it. But I'll leave a link to the case that I got. Comes in lots of colors. Okay, different types come in different colors. This one might only come in like 2 colors. Remember, it is not designed for carrying figures. I'm making it do this. But I can't wait to go through the TSA with this thing. But again, they're not moving. But they should be able to see clearly through it. And if they can't, they'll open one and they'll be like, oh, it's a bunch of figures, and they'll leave it alone. So there's that. But yeah, I'll leave a link to the one that I got. Can't guarantee it'll still be available. But there's so many different kinds. There's different stores you can get them from. I'm doing my best not to take figures. I'm not taking my word bearers because I won't be using them. I can't identify them, like what they are and their purpose in 30K. So I don't want to cause consternation to my table mates trying to figure out like what is this, because part of what I understand I need to do is do a printout of what it is that I am bringing as an army, and my husband and I are going to work on that this weekend together. My in-laws for Christmas got us a really nice printer, and I thoroughly appreciate it. We hadn't set it up yet, but now we're motivated, so we're going to set it up so we can. He's so cute. He went and got like all this like binding stuff so we can make like proper notebooks to hand people. We're so excited. Look, when dorks get together, money's going to be spent. Okay, so I'm going to take the blueberries out and pack them properly, like I just did. So I named all my units. I should do a video of fixing my army list and showing you all my unit names. I really thought the metal was going to work. It's not, though. Oh, that is stuck in there forever now. Well, oops. So I think I'm going to put dudes in here that don't require headspace, which that's going to be my Terminators. So these are my Terminators. Yes, I've got one with a claw and axe. I mixed up my hands when I was putting them together. I'm just going to say he's the captain. So they're called the grape balls of fire. Now these must have more powerful magnets on them because they are actually staying. All right. And oh, okay. These are actually adhering. Oh, I must have put bigger magnets on the bottoms of these. Okay, so the size of magnet's going to make a huge difference then if I want to do this, because that's not moving. I'll probably still put some pluck foam in between it, but they're not going to go upside down. Okay, I learned something. So this was not a bad idea. So for these heavy figures, like my dreadnoughts have multiple magnets on the bottom, but they're going to go packed a different way. There we go. That was a risk. All right, let's put the pluck foam in the middle. That's a nice discovery. So I wasn't completely off base. I don't need to do every single one of these in, the uber fancy way. Just some of them. Okay. Some need metal, some need pluck foam, some need both. We're flexible here on the Ebony Otaku. What are you doing to get ready for Adepticon? Are you going to Adepticon? This is my first one. I've never been. Honestly, didn't even know it existed until friends at the shop were like, "Are you going?" And I was like, "To what?" They're like, "Adepticon." I was like, "Kazoo tight." Comedy comes in threes, ladies and gentlemen. But no, I didn't know what it was. And then once they told me about it, I was like, "Well, that sounds like something dorky and fun. Enlighten me." And then I was enlightened, and now I'm like, "Well, yeah, I'd like to go to Adepticon." Okay, lined with pluck foam. These don't go upside down, and they'll just go in here. All right. Well, that worked. It's going to be this piece of metal that gets them that's in here. Maybe it's good that I don't wind them all in metal. That would be, because then they'd be like, well, what have you done? And that would get me picked on by the TSA. Yeah, think about that when you're doing stuff like this. There are rules to packing, so you don't want to hack off the makers of rules. This guy has a sword that wants to lean out, so we are going to lay him down. We're going to put a little piece of foam in there to protect him. Trial and error, y'all. Trial and error. There. He's kicking a dude behind him in the face. More pluck foam. All right, now I can shut the Terminators in there. So maybe lining every tray in metal wouldn't have been a good idea. The one for the big heavy stuff, yeah, that kind of works. But if I'd done it for every one of them, I really would have set off an alarm. I mean, it's just, there's rules to travel. If you're going to travel by air, expect it. Now, here's going to be a difficult one. And that's going to be my Palatines. They all have guns and swords. So these are my Palatine blades. They sparkle. They are the Palatine Party Posse. Yes, every unit has a name. Aren't they fun? His little saber broke off at the tip, but that's fine. These, I think, are going to have to be pure pluck foam. But notice, they're all bedazzled. So fun. I'm going to do a full army review, I promise. Look at my army. So I'm going to lay these down and then figure out, it's like playing dominoes down here. Let's see here. How can we arrange this to not cry when you open the box? Pluck foam is your friend. I used to not really like using it because it is a little tedious to have to do all of this ripping and tearing to get to the configuration that you want. But that level of protective customization is actually quite necessary. I get it now. I did not get it before. I'm going to lay these base to base. I'll show you how I lay them in just a second. I'm trying to put them in a configuration that makes sure that their saber tips don't collide with the base of a model, because that is the most important part of these, and that would really ruin my day if I open this box and I've got busted sabers. So I'm going to use a piece of foam that was plucked from something else to help keep these separated. The good thing is once they're in here, there's only so far they can move. It's not like, with the foam in between each piece, they're going to go tumbling like they're in a washing machine. Which I think the load of laundry I did today is done. That's the trouble with working from home. You will wake up and put laundry in. You will. What's it like to work from home? Never ending laundry. Joking. Sort of. Alright, I'm going to put this. So I've got some loose chunky foam. I forget what I was using this for, but this is a different kind of pluck foam. Like I can pull this off and it's got an adhesive on it. I'm just using it to line the box because it was already torn. That looks good. I might be over foaming. That's fine. I'm overly foaming because the first game day that I'm doing, I'm playing the same game for a whole day at Adepticon. So it's worth it to pack them right because I'll get there early, unpack them, be ready to go, and then I'll just transport them. I'll take the pluck foam and throw it in the top of my case. Look at that. Call it done. There we go. All right, so that's one side filled. So I just have, let's see here. Let's start getting into some of the trickier stuff that I'm going to do. So the top of this thing, I'm thinking, let me turn here. So the top of this thing, this big empty pocket pouch here, I'm thinking that's where stuff like tank would go. So this here. Now, I know what you're saying. Holy cow. What about your weapons and stuff? I magnetized everything. So this is going to come off. The doors come off. This comes off. This comes off. This comes off. And this comes off. So now it is a more solid piece. And then I can put the pluck foam in between and on top. Same thing with my other tanks. So I've got dreadnought weapons in here, and this is where they're going to stay. I'll put them in a drawer. But now I've got like the cannons for my other tanks. These are unattached on purpose. And then same thing with their sponsons, magnet, and that one already came off. So 2 here, here. I'm just making sure I have 6 altogether. 6 magnets. Put this in. And then magneted. So that I will pluck foam in the middle of these, and they're good to go. And the last thing would be my dreadnoughts. So, oh no, not the dreadnoughts. The blueberries need to go in. So let's. I'm not using as much of the pluck as I thought I would. Dog hair. You got a dog? I do. Y'all seen him. He's very cute. Love him so much. But his hair, oh, he shed like he gets paid per follicle. But he's so very cute. I'm glad the weather's getting back to where it's walk any time of the day weather, because one of my favorite things to do for a midday break is to walk the dog. Like, that is cathartic. Pulling out the pluck foam, pulling out the pluck foam. Where'd you get the pluck foam? Internet. Got it from the internet. Oh, I've got more Palatine blades to pat. Well, I'm glad I looked at what I was doing. Barely. Let's see here. Plucking the size, plucking the size. Okay. Oh, you know what? I bet I can do the Palatines and my Praetor in this one. So, this is my Praetor. Fabulous Bill. Don't you love the axe? The axe is my favorite part. He was trouble. And he has a whole retinue. So he's got a retinue, a command squad with him. I made them look like they were tromping through the snow. Aren't they cute? And I put one of the shields on backwards on the dude's hand. Did I ever fix it? No. Oh my god, there's a Terminator up here. You know what? I've got pieces up here from when we played OPR last. I'm so glad I pulled that tray out. I have a whole Terminator that is not in the Terminator box, and I would have gone up there without my Terminator and been like, where's my Terminator? And realized I left the darn thing at home. 1, 2. Oh no! This is why we have glue. He popped off. Dang it. I will leave this here and repair that tonight. That's why you take glue. Anytime you're gaming outside of your house, take glue. That's not a suggestion. That's an order. Yeah, got to take glue. Okay. Use turrets up there. So let me see if they will all fit here. He will stand upright. He can stand upright. Yeah, he's below the foam. This is the guy, the standard bearer. I haven't decided what I'm going to put on this yet. Ideas? Hello Kitty. No, not Hello Kitty. Hello Kitty fits on everything. Or should. Okay. Careful, careful. We want no blades getting hit. Okay. Pluck foam in the middle. Y'all, why am I doing this to myself? Now, this is going to come out before Adepticon. And I am aware there's someone right now hyperventilating at the screen. That's not how you do it. Ah, the world's coming to an end. It's okay. If you're going to take your figures out the house, no matter how protected they are, it's already a risk because you let them leave the safety of the enclave. So there's that. I've accepted that risk. 2, I would like all my figures to be 100% intact all the time, but as I showed y'all what happened with my Titan and my future son-in-law accidentally had a run-in with him. It's going to happen. So I'm protecting them as best I can so that I know where they are. And if it makes me happy, it's fine. There's going to be breakage. There is. There's no getting around it. There's no getting around that at some point during this weekend, like this is in my control. While I have control of it, I have full confidence in my packing abilities. It's when somebody else touches it. And whether it's the TSA, because at least for me, because I do TSA pre-check, it's a little bit less costly when you have pre-check. What I mean by that, once they dig in the bag and go, oh, it's a bunch of figures, they'll be like, oh, it's a bunch of figures, and that'll be it. It's not like the regular line where they're going to check every minuscule thing. So I have experience. I've been to a lot of countries and had to take a lot of strange things in different places. I think the weirdest was when I had to take a whole bunch of candy with me on a trip. Kids, man, kids. And they wanted American candy. So we all brought American candy. And let me tell you, the looks from from the gate agents, like, why do you have enough candy to open the store? Para los niños. It's for the children. Like, legit was for the children. One of the places we went, we were all instructed, this was years ago, to bring like a suitcase a piece full, because where we were going, we were literally going to be working with hundreds, I think it may have been thousands of kids that year. It was a bunch. And it was a really impoverished area, and they thought it'd be nice to bring them American candy. We were not bringing it to sell. We were bringing it to give away to kids. And they opened one suitcase in our group, and they were like, why do you have all this candy? And we were like, it's for children. And they said, carry on. And that was the end of that. So just be honest, and you can look at this and tell that it's just good gaming fun. It's all just good gaming fun. But I am interested to see everyone else's strategies as we get closer to the time. Like, how did you protect your figures in transit? Doing a little rearranging here, Standard Bearer of Exilla, all these guys who have all these extra parts. Can't take them nowhere. Can't take them nowhere. Too fancy. Oh, you know what? I can put a square piece right in the middle. Bam! All right, Hand of Glory. You're going to have to go in a different box. Got this one guy. This build, just enjoy it. Wow, he looks weird. Yeah, because he came in a set of sprues that didn't have matching pieces, and I cobbled these together. That's why they are Chaos Blueberries. But I'm kind of happy with them. For not having matching pieces, my husband had bought some bits on the eBay, and the guy said they were one set of armor, and they were half of it. The other sprue, I don't know where it came from, but it wasn't what he said they were. You know what? That's too close together. We're gonna move you over here. If you gotta force it, too close. No risk taken. So that's where the frozen blueberries came from, was some cobbled together sprues. And honestly, considering, that they are really cobbled together, I didn't do too bad. I'm happy with my work, honestly. Some people think they are ratchet, and they might be. But you know what? Their mother loves them. I'm happy with them. That's all that matters. Sometimes it's just a face only a mother can love. All right. Yes, I'm overprotecting them. Overprotect. All right. It's not even so much about all the squishiness. It's condensing so they won't move. Because if they're not moving, they're not getting damaged. And if you have to force it, something might need to come out. So that felt like I was having to force it a little bit. So I'm going to look and see what felt forced and back out a bit and then go back in. That's better. Yep. Get your little face in there. There we go. In. All right, so this also magneted on the bottom, but this is all weapons for my dreadnoughts. So I'm going to actually take, these are magneted. Of course they are. Did that magnet come out? It sure did. We will fix you. All right. It did that on the other one too, so I'll fix that one. I'm going to leave that up here in my fix pile for the evening. So, Dreadnought gone. This one goes with the Leviathan. And The cool thing about the dreadnoughts is they have a ton of weapons. He's got boob guns too, but we're going to take the boob guns out, also magnetized. Oh, these magnets didn't break. I did those right. But we're going to drop those guns down in here. And now this one stays affixed on here, but this one comes off. So that goes in the little carrier. And for my Contemptor, he has so many weapons, but they're easy to tell because I've color-coded them to their dreadnought. So, claw hand, bolter, off. I've got one more weapon to add in here, but it's a good start for now. I will put pluck foam on top of this, but for now I just need to get it in here. And there'll be pluck foam in here too, so this will be the foam that I pluck out to keep this safe. And actually, just one piece on top might do it. Wow. Not bad. So my metal bits turned out to be useless AF. These are templates, my blast templates. They're pretty rigid. There's side pockets on this thing. Will they fit in here? Oh, they sure will. Now, dice and stuff, I'm still trying to figure out. I might put the dice in the side and then just put my squishy dice bag in my suitcase. Ooh, these go on my Titan. I have Titan chains in here. That's not a flattering angle. Oh, lots of Titan chains stuck in here. I need to go glue these back. I'm on a repair kick this week. So any repairs that need doing, I'll be doing this week. I have one more little set of dudes that needs to go in. And of course my dreadnoughts will need to go in. So Contemptor can go in here. No, he can't. That was a lie. That was a lie from the devil. So this guy, these three little outliers can go in here. And then you know what? Weapons pieces. So let's stick these guys in here. Tank bits. I'll probably go to the Dollar Tree and get some things to help me organize this a little more in here because I don't like this. This is a little bit too loosey-goosey. So I'm going to leave it up here to remind me that I need to get something for that. And so now it's going to be, I am going to need the pluck foam up here. So what I'm going to do is get two little things just for these. And the dreadnoughts will go up here. But for now, they're going back in the case. We're not trying to make a martyr right now. That's my repair list. So I had to work through a couple of things. I found some stuff I need to repair. Top guns for cannons. But that's okay. You know, it's trial and error. You're not going to get it perfect the first time. I just wanted to show you some of my thought process. I'm putting some things in here. I'm going to keep my pluck foam out. I'm going to put this tray in the case for now while I am working on these things to remind myself what I'm working on when I go to do those things. Oh man. So my little sheet metal project turned out to be a bad idea. It's fine. I mean, all these together, this is like 8 pounds. So it would have added a lot of weight. And then they'd been like, what are you doing for real? And then I'd have to go through this whole long diatribe. So, okay, no, we won't be using the sheets of metal. Except for the one. That's going to work. My 3M tape. I need this for another project anyway. All right. So, that was a lot. That was a whole lot. I think I'm prepared. I know I need to go get at the Tree of Dollars. I wonder if I should just... Do I have any more gaming to do? Yes, I do have some gaming next week, so I won't pack my dice just yet. I was trying to think, do I have more gaming to do? This needs to go in the office with me because I cannot pack tools. That would be a mistake. And then the other stuff, I'll just use all this. I have art project I'm doing in my son's new room, so hanging old magic cards from the ceiling and stuff. It's a whole thing. Look, when we do something, we do it all the way. So that was a workout. All right, so I've got a few more things to do, but I think I'm getting set. All right, so not bad for 40 minutes of work, right? So I hope that gave you some inspiration, gave me some clarification, and I'm just gonna keep working at it until I have it perfectly packed. Are you going to Adepticon? Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.